I'm surrounded here with lots of books. And I know this is a very unrealistic stat for a monthly read. But I do hope to get through them all. Let me talk you through it. Hello nerds, if you're newer, I'm Denise from Chaos in the Enchanted Forest. Very welcome, lovely to have you. If you're here, like always, thank you so much, I love you. Today we're talking about my Fairytale February TBR. I have decided to make it a weekly theme, however, that got me into a pickle. These 4 books I desperately want to read. I actually ordered one for this month, and they don't fit in the theme. So now I'm kind of hoping that one of these themes I can read with days left in the week, so I can get to this stack. If that makes sense to you, I don't know how to do it otherwise. Let me tell you first about the books that I really want to read, but I do not have the theme for. It is Fierce Fairy Tales and Other Stories to Stir Your Soul. These are all reimagined fairy tales in a feminist way. I am dying to read this. I have heard nothing but good things. So really, this seems the best month to do it. Then I don't know a lot of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales, so I would actually like to read some of the originals. Same goes for the Brothers Grimm. I do know most of these. I do know a lot of them with the gruesome details. I have never read this whole book. This is all the unedited, gruesome fairy tales that the Grimm brothers wrote first, before they decided to edit it and make it nicer. I have read some of these, but I'm thinking about reading the ones I'm doing the theme for in that week as well. So this one might be easy to get to. The one I want to get to the most, and does not fit in a theme, is The Beanstalk Murder by Peachy Bell. This was one of my most anticipated releases last year from my favorite authors. You will see a vlog about that soon, but I left this book out because I could read it in Fairytale February. However, I don't have any other Jack and the Beanstalk books. I can't fit it in a theme, but I really want to read this, because this is a fairy tale murder mystery with witches involved, and it sounds great. Peachy Bell is one of my favorite authors. He wrote The Train to Impossible Places, and I absolutely loved it. So if you see a way to fit this in, please let me know, because I need to know. So that were all the miscellaneous books that I really want to read, but doesn't fit in my themed plans. Because oh boy, do I love a good theme. First up is Rapunzel. And I will be starting with this theme because the baking recipes that you can buy in the Enchanted Treasure, I still have to write and photograph, and one of them is Rapunzel themed. So this will be the first. I have Rapunzel and the Lost Lagoon by Lila Howland. This is a Disney book. It says a Tangled novel. It's middle grade. And 284 pages. There's not that much. When Rapunzel and Cassandra stumble across a secret lagoon said to hold the key to the kingdom's greatest power, it's up to them to solve the mystery before someone more sinister does. Follow this tale of adventure and intrigue, love and destiny, and most importantly, friendship. This sounds great. Then I have Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher. T. Kingfisher, one of my favorite authors. I especially love her dark fairy tale-esque books. And this is a Rapunzel retelling, so if this is not going to be 5-star, it is going to be disappointed because it has to be. It just has to be. Meet toddling on the day of her birth. She was stolen from her family by the fairies, but she grew up safe and loved in the warm weathers of fairyland. Once an adult thought the Fae ask a favor of toadling, return to the human world, and offer a blessing of protection to a newborn child. Simple, right? If only. Centuries later, a knight approached a towering wall of brambles, where the thorns are thick as your arm and as sharp as swords. He heard there's a curse that needs breaking, but it's a curse toadling will do anything to uphold. By this synopsis, I thought it was a Maleficent retelling, Sleeping Beauty retelling, because it sounds like a Sleeping Beauty. However, I have been told it is more Rapunzel, so we're putting it in here. And I also think this is the vlog that gives me the biggest chance of being done before the week is over, because these are two small books. Thornhatch is only 124 pages, so I should be able to do this. If I could focus a day on only reading, I might be able to read them both in a day. However, I will start today because it's the 1st of February right now. We'll be doing sprints tonight, and I want to make the Rapunzel recipe today, so I will be starting today. And this is obviously not a totally reading day because now I'm filming and I'm going to bake, so I have to check if one of these are, available as an audiobook. That might make it quicker. But yeah, that's the first theme. Second is Rumpelstiltskin. I have 3 books of this. I have Gilded by Marissa Meyer. This is probably the biggest book on my TBR. Not sure. Could be what Big T, but probably one of them. However, I have read 153 pages. And I'm currently not remembering it, except that it was kind of boring and slow going. But I'm pretty sure that if I read like 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, I will remember everything and I can just continue. Then I also have Fairy Tales Gone Bad, Frankensteelskin by Joseph Kulo and Freya Hardas. I am very excited about this. There are more fairy tale mix-ups in this series, so I hope I love it. Look, it's illustrated. It's gorgeous. I do think I will love this. This is a mix-up of Frankenstein and Rumpelstiltskin, and I can't wait to read how that is going. There's nowhere to run, my pet. When I've come to set you free, I wouldn't shout and scream at a magical creature such as me. Very excited. And then we have Rum, the True Story of Rumpelstiltskin by Liesl Shurtle. I'm also excited about this one because she has written multiple fairy tale retellings. So, if I can find a new author that I love with stuff like that, it's gonna be a happy day. In the magical kingdom where your name is your destiny, 12-year-old Rum is the butt of everyone's joke. I'm very excited about this. I think this is going to be satirical, maybe a bit. Sorry, truck. Maybe a bit sarcastic, and I love that. I also really want to do a Red Riding Hood vlog. This is probably going to be my second theme. First of all, I love Red Riding Hood retellings. And second of all, Red Riding is one of the baking recipes as well. So for Red Riding, I have All the Better to See You by Gina Blackshill. Legend tells of a fearsome wolf who stalks the forest. Red is well versed in the stories of the beast who preys on unexpected travelers, and yet she pays them no mind. But then Red has always been different. Suddenly whispers of the wolf become more frequent and townspeople are attacked in their homes. It seems this is no ordinary wolf. Rumors run wild and people begin suspecting one another. But when you don't know who to fear, how can you protect yourself? Sounds great. This is YA, I believe. And it looks like we get 3 POVs. So looks good. Then I also got What Big Teeth by Rose Sabo. This is a horror retelling of Red Riding Hood. But I do think it's YA and not adult. Not sure. Eleanor Zarin has been estranged from her wild, bloodthirsty family for years. When she flees boarding school after a horrific incident, she goes to the only place she thinks is safe, the home she left behind. But when she gets there, she struggles to fit in with her monstrous relatives, who prowl the woods around the family estate and breed forges in the guts of birds. Eleanor finds herself desperately trying to hold the family together, all while attempting to make sense of a re-emerging power that seems increasingly linked to the reason she was sent away in the first place. In order to save them all, Eleanor must learn to embrace her family of monsters and tame the darkness inside her. Rosa Zebo's thrilling debut is a dark fantasy novel about a teen girl who returns home after she was forcibly ripped away from it. This exquisitely terrified and beautiful tale will sink its teeth into you and never let go. Sounds great. I'm here for a horror retelling. And then we have Blood Sisters by Jackson Pierce. This is the first book in the series where I already read the second book from, and I loved it. Scarlet Mars loves to hunt. It's basically about somebody that's going to be Red Riding, and she is hunting werewolves. I am excited. This is also a horror retelling. I love them. Lastly, the theme I have is Beauty and the Beast. And I own physically The Beast's Heart by Lily Shellcross. I didn't get to this in my last Beauty and the Beast vlog. All my fairytale vlog, or some of my fairytale vlogs will be linked down below, and I make sure the Beauty and the Beast one is one of them. And I think we're getting the POV of Beast. And he's getting in love, he's falling in love with a human girl. And then I have Bryony and Roses by T. Kingfisher. I can't wait to get to this. This is another T. Kingfisher retelling that I desperately need to read. It's a big Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I do think they sound quite straightforward, so I don't think there's need to read the synopsis. It's probably going to be very close to the original, but with a twist. So I will let you know what the twist is when I get to these. So these are all 14 fairy tale retellings I would like to read this month. Please let me know, what will you be reading for Fairytale February? I love to know. And please don't forget to like if you did like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more chaos from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerd!